We're live.
Cool.
Yep, isn't it?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tap Calf Transmissions. I am Corey, joined as always by Mr. Eckhartsladder. How are you doing tonight, Eck? Justin, as some
Very
call you.
red. Very red for some reason. I'm not this red in real life, but the camera does have me mighty red.
Is it the camera or is it some imbibing?
Maybe I don't know, maybe my room is slowly getting warmer and warmer.
It could happen. That's what
You're
happens in
boiling the
October.
frog. Famously.
Yeah. Well,
now I'm purple because I got my webcam interface open to try to turn the make Eck red slider to the left.
it's crazy that that's one of the settings on that webcam. Very bespoke, very niche purpose. Okay, now you're as blue as I am.
Yeah. Whatever. We're fine.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, not joining us tonight for our continuation of the Legacy of the Force series is Ilkin. He's not here. Not because...
Didn't even bother with an excuse. I will note.
Yeah, he didn't say why he wouldn't be here. But yeah,
Just said, no.
It's not because we've alienated another Tap Calf guest. Not because we've done that. He's just not here.
Oh.
He'll be back for Revelation and Invincible. I think those are the only other two. I always think we're one book behind where we are.
No, we're on number 7. 3 left.
Yeah, there's no 2 left.
Yeah, I meant 3 left. Yeah,
including
2 now.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, our topic for today is Legacy of the Force Furry, and because we start off on Kashyyyk, but there has been it's been a few weeks since our last episode.
Rock hard the entire time he's reading this book.
There's been some Star Wars news, in basically 2 categories of Star Wars news. There's some movie news. There's I guess like Visions coming soon is kind of news, but
Corey, I gotta stop you right there because before we continue, we do have a sponsored ad read. Today's episode is brought to you by the Saudi royal family. Guys, did you know that the Crown Prince is a big fan of Star Wars Expanded Universe novels? Can he read? Yes. Does he choose to? No. He has a different slave for every single chapter of Legacy of the Force Fury. And afterwards, they are thrown into the Great Incinerator to make content for, I don't know, the newest EA video game.
Yeah. We did try to send a journalist to get a quote from the Crown Prince about what he thought about the podcast. We haven't seen him since. So if anyone knows where he is, let us know.
Send him with one suitcase.
Yeah, so the other category of news is that it's been announced that EA is going to be bought by Jared Kushner and the Saudi Arabian government. A fucking match made in heaven. It's what we all wanted.
Not even a meme. It's not even a meme is the funny part.
So that's fucked. It's like all the objectionable parts of Star Wars Eclipse developers, they needed a way to get out of the spotlight.
Yeah, they're like, don't worry, Andrew Wilson is still CEO. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so as soon as that got announced, I got like an invitation to the because I'm part of the EA Game Changers program, but I'm not like an affiliated, like I don't have like the influencer content link thing where you can get money if people buy through your
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah, so I immediately got that and like, is this my Riyadh Comedy Festival moment? But Bill Burr's right. They are okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to pay me? Never mind.
Yeah, Jean Marco, it's harder to say no when you get the ask. But
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'll use that link until 2027 when it actually happens, and then because I got Zero Company in the middle there. I can thread this needle, but yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure the U.S. regulatory agencies will do their job.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Well, so I guess yeah, that's the game news. We are not getting many of them, and now they're all going to be like 10% more evil. But movie wise, we got our first still from Starfighter, as well as there's rumors about. I guess it is just a rumor that the whole like the plot of the movie is about getting a character to Ray. Rumor.
Yeah, well, the initial rumor was just that simply that Amy Adams and I guess spoiler alert. I mean, yeah, these are just rumors, but if they are true, you'll find out very early in the film. But the rumor first was that Amy Adams was force sensitive and that
Not the
Ryan
character
Gosling's
she's
character
playing,
was
just
not
Amy Adams.
just Amy Adams. I'm not going to say anything more about Amy Adams.
You got in trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, and that her child, played by obviously the kid, would be being transported somewhere by Ryan Gosling. Cade Skywalker.
No. Terrible. It's a blonde guy who looks slightly dirty, and we're just jumping straight to Cade Skywalker. Fuck that. Star Wars fans need to grow up. Yeah. So the other bit of movie news since we last had an episode is that the Mando trailer came out. I thought it was fine. I don't know.
I think it was the worst Star Wars movie trailer I've ever seen.
I don't know that I disagree with you, but I also don't know like I feel like this movie will do what it needs to do for the audience that they're intending to get. Like I think the kids will be all over it, and that's what they're looking for.
I'm a bit more worried in a world where we've had a Solo. I'm a bit more worried. I know that like the Mandalorian is a much more popular character than young Han Solo.
Grogu is.
I'm a little worried. A little worried.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a problem, but
Okay.
I'm not excited for it. But I think there's been an
No.
overreaction to it so far.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the trailer just didn't spark joy. Unlike the trailer for Visions Volume 3, which sparked much joy.
Yeah. We need to maybe before Visions Volume 3 comes out, we'll properly watch Volume 2 and do an episode on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even 2 episodes.
Okay.
Because is it 9 episodes? I think. But yeah, we'll give it time because I don't know if I've ever even watched them all yet.
Yeah, I definitely watched all of them, but I wasn't paying enough attention to most of them. To the point that, like some of the ones that I think I watched in season 2 might have been in season 1, but I'm pretty sure the Pit was in season 2. But yeah.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I prefer it to be Japanese studios versus worldwide ones, I guess. I'm racist.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. But our main topic for today is, of course, Legacy of the Force Fury. So again, we are on book 7 out of 9. Where I feel like we're kind of treading water between here and Inferno on Jason's Fall to the Dark Side.
This was a very tread water book.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because like Aaron Alston of the 3 authors is my favorite of them, and he just didn't have a ton to work with here. It was really the death of Alema, because like the main mission that happens is Alema and Rar dies and they blow up Centerpoint, and it feels like as like I would have rather have Aaron Alston deal with something else and just like let Troy Denning write the book where Alema gets offed. Because that's his.
Yeah, he was just furious.
His OC.
Right?
Well, that's just how the writing schedule ended up. But
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's weird because you're right in that there's those two things that happen. They are big. Centerpoint blows up, and it's kind of anticlimactic in a way, I think. Mm-hmm. But Centerpoint is destroyed, and Ali Marar is destroyed by the Sith, which is wild. But like as that's happening, that's like 50 pages. And then the rest is just like I knew that this book treaded water, like you said, when we had a Luke Jason confrontation that like I didn't even remember.
Yeah, it's barely a confrontation because Jason. So we open with the aftermath of the burning of Kashyyyk. So Han and Leia are dealing with the fire extinguishing efforts there. And one of the notes I had here is that like some of what's going on here is as darker than what you get in the NJO. Like the burning of Kashyyyk is like an NJO plot line as far as like the grimdark element of it. But because like Legacy of the Force ends up being a more not cartoony, but like a more
No, it's definitely more cartoony.
mustache twirly villain in Jason, and it's essentially a family drama between the Skywalkers and Solos with the backdrop of the Second Galactic Civil War. Like I feel like I understand that conflict way less than any part of the NJO made me understand the Galactic Civil War. So when you end up in a book like this, where like the biggest problem I had was that it is treading water with those character relationships. Like everyone thinks the same stuff about Jason at the end of this book as they did at the start. Like everyone's relationships are in the same place. Like this series isn't at its best when it has to deal with it doesn't really know how to deal with the war as a whole. We're starting to get the beginnings of the Jedi Coalition, and that's like the biggest contribution, but we really won't get that until next book either.
Yeah, like what this series needed, and I think I've kind of figured out my issues, what I like and dislike about this series. It's simultaneously too long and too short. Where, Corey, is that the sponsorship from the Saudi investment fund?
No, it's the sponsorship from Manta Sleep.
Well, go on then. What's your code?
Code DATAPAD at mantasleep.com. But I thought about Corey snoozes, but I didn't know if the DataPad Corey loses audience overlap was enough. But oh well.
Okay, so there's too much Jason stuff. Like he goes bad too quickly. He is mustache twirling too long, and he does too much of the same stuff over and over and over again. Like there should have been one good confrontation between his parents. There should have been like all these other things. On the other hand, the war is just kind of happening, and we don't get any real we don't get characters from the war. Like they could have fully established new GA commanders and fighter pilots, and like had that be a whole other. Like that's what I think a lot of the Bantam books did quite well, where they have a Jedi plot and then a war plot, and like Legacy of the Force is still pulling on those characters like Belindi, Klenda, and I just think they would have been much better served to actually make the war feel real. Because right now we're spending way too much time following Jason, and like he simultaneously needed to turn slower where like it happens too early, and now he's just spending too much time doing like shitty things, and it's like, okay, you get it.
And we have kind of harped on Jason's fall a lot, but like it really does feel like they get so far away from guy who thinks he's doing bad things to achieve a goal he thinks is worthwhile, into like his interaction with Leia in this book, when Leia's like she ends up on the bridge with him on the Anakin Solo, and like he starts talking about how like Leia was a terrorist running a terrorist organization against a legitimate government. It's like these aren't Jason's, but you don't go to the dark side and then suddenly you think like, oh, Palpatine, like he can think that Palpatine was maybe doing what he needed to do for the government, but like he doesn't believe that. He thinks that he as an individual is doing the thing he needs to do. And like the opinions that he ends up having on Vader in these books, on Palpatine, they just feel like so unnecessary to having the character fall. And the over-reliance on those elements of it is what makes it bad for me. Like his fall bad for me. Like I've said a lot that I don't have a problem with the idea of Jason going to the dark side, trying to do some of the things he's doing, and trying to like use his experience with Vergere to like rationalize that as the reason, as like what pushed him down that path. I really don't. I think you can have that story, even though I don't necessarily agree with that framing of Vergere, as like an intentional Sith. Like I think you can have Jason take those experiences and even have Verger be a dark sider because of that time with the Yuzon Vong. But when the impetus he ends up having, when the justification ends up being like, oh well, Darth Vader was doing the right thing and Palpatine was actually a good guy and the rebellion was bad. It's like this is so far from anything Jason would have described as his rationalization or as his motivation earlier, that it's it's too
Yeah,
much.
he's like, well, there was a continuity of government. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like, it's okay, I think, if he gets like that in book 9, like before he dies, he goes truly evil. But like, he's like you said, they didn't do enough to establish like they need to focus more on him having these visions and what he's actually afraid of. Because yeah, now he's just getting to the point where you're right, he never would have said that, and like him becoming a Sith doesn't mean he loses logic. Like he can if they want to have him worship Palpatine, then be like, okay, Palpatine, he wasn't legitimate, but like I did, he wanted order or whatever else.
Yeah.
Or even just be like, Palpatine did that. I'm not Palpatine, so
Yeah. Like he leans so hard into that stuff that it just feels like it would be a bad strategy. But I guess Dala becomes the fucking chief of state. So what do I know? But
yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
there is the moment where he says like, oh, he hopes that when he's gonna go meet up with Leia, that it's not a confrontation with his mom. And I don't know if that's supposed to be like another hint that Jason might be in there, or if he just thinks it's inconvenient. But
it's just frustrating because he should be, even Anakin is conflicted, especially before he fully turns into Darth Vader. Like if when Padme turns against him, that's when he's at his most evil. Yes, he chokes her, but he doesn't pretend that he never loved her or he hated her or anything like that. Like Jason has no love at all for his parents. It's not even like regret anymore, and like it's just
well, that much
it's
is
just
I
frustrating.
have less of a problem with because like, oh, they've all turned against me, but he knew they would like. He's not mourning that anymore. It like he did these things knowing they would, and like the fact that he killed Mara is like so far from anyone's mind other than Ben's at this point. And that is such a like Luke's story in this book is that Jason or that Ben pulls him out of his funk, where like he points out that Luke is the Jedi have kind of taken refuge on Endor, and Luke is still a bit of a sad sack. And Ben says like I'm mourning mom, but I want her here with me. You're mourning mom, and you want to just die and go be where she is, and that kind of knocks Luke out of his funk. But that's kind of
he says, "No, haha, don't kill yourself. You're so sexy."
Yeah, it's weird to tell your dad that, but
Yeah. I do like that they go back to Endor. That's a lot of fun. And you mentioned when we were talking that you really like the scene where they're fucking around on top of the old Imperial. I imagine it's like, I don't know if I'm imagining this right, but I picture it like one of those, when he like gives himself up to Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And they're like inside that like landing. It's just like a base.
Yeah, I think that is the base they're on, I think.
Okay. That's what I was imagining.
He talks about the landing pad. Like when Ben is talking to him about like, oh, what's wrong with you? And Luke has this metaphor of the landing pad being like, you can still land on it, but it's all roughed up from the years. I think it is that landing pad.
Okay. That's what I thought.
But yeah, so we have like the two plots where Jason also steals Alana, and that's how he forces the Hapens to kind of cooperate and attack the Confederacy because Tenel Ka falls for his blackmail. And then on the other side, you have Han, Leia, Jaina, Jeg, and Zek tracking Alemarar down to Lumaya's old base, along with the Sith who think that Skywalker is a proud Sith name, even though I don't know how many of them actually know that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader. And Darth Vader was kind of like a shitty Sith, so who knows? But
yeah, he kind of like threw the best one off, like into a pit. So
Yeah, so those were the two main plots we're looking at.
Yeah. I hate the Alana plot because, like, I don't know. For one, Jason spends no time with her. Um, and I
Yeah,
don't even
he can
really
take
know
over
what
the
bothers me
galaxy,
about
but
it.
does he have to be a deadbeat dad?
I don't even really know what bothers me about it. Just like, I don't know. I just don't think she's written very well. I do like the scene where I really like the scene where Leia finds out she's got more family and she's got a grandchild. I thought that was pretty touching.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. It's just like nothing about like there's nothing about their relationship that feels earned to me. Like Jason really doesn't make many efforts to see Alana. It feels like, um,
He does off
and
screen. Like that is the one thing we know is
yeah,
that like every few weeks or months he has been going to see Tenel Khan
yeah,
Alana since she was born.
yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know. It's just it is. He's like, oh well, maybe I got to start fucking around in her brain and removing the references to his mom. I or her mom. I like that because it's like, yeah, he's really far
Yeah.
gone.
And that's
He's got a
like
mind
that's
wipe
the kind
around.
of thing that I can see Dark Jason doing.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I like that part because it's like, yeah, he's that. At least you can see like his rationale behind it, where you understand that he feels like everyone's turned on him and that like his daughter never really got a fair crack with him, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like the whole victim thing of like no one else can understand, but maybe I can make her understand because she hasn't been like she doesn't know Sith is this bad word, that kind of thing. For like for whatever reason I thought that the confrontation on Anakin Solo because the Jedi think the so Tycho goes to Endor, Tycho Selchu, Alliance General, on kind of being an unofficial envoy with Cha Niathal.
this should annoyed me too.
So Tycho Cha's kind of sick of Jason. Everyone's sick of Jason shit. The whole get like the war would be over if Jason wasn't being Jason.
Frankly, we all are.
Yeah. So Tycho Selchu, old Rogue Squadron pilot, goes with Syel Antilles, the daughter of Wedge, to talk to Wedge and Luke, everyone on Endor, and they kind of come up with this plan that they're going to help the Jedi are not willing to realign themselves as Tycho is requesting with the Galactic Alliance as long as Jason is in charge. But they feel like they can potentially undermine Jason, kind of help the Alliance, help the Hapens uh, by taking away the blackmail that he has on Tenel Ka. Uh, if they can go on the Anakin Solo, make it look like they're trying to attack Jason again, but meanwhile another team is going to like go get Alana and they'll get her back to Tenel Ka. And so that's how Han and Leia meet Alana for the first time because they always used to think that her dad must have been ugly and that's why Tenel Ka was hiding her. Uh,
Or that she was disfigured herself.
yeah, it's just because she had the trademark Solo smirk, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so Tycho, I don't really understand what some of what Tycho's motivations here are.
It's extra frustrating because Tycho literally was an Imperial. He was an Imperial. He defects from the Empire. Now Jason is doing things which are arguably just as bad. Like he's burnt Kashyyyk at this point, and he's like, "Nope, I gotta fulfill my duty." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fulfill your duty. Like he almost gets everyone killed.
Yeah, like that
Like he
is
plays
not
like
what someone who
technicality.
resigned his commission to hunt Isard would say. But oh well.
Right. Yeah, yeah, he also did that too. I forgot.
And he rats their asses
So like,
out.
yes. I really hated that because Tycho is one of my favorite. I always really liked Tycho because for those who
Yeah.
never read the Rogue Squadron series, there's like an is he or isn't he like a undercover agent because he was in Lusankia, so they and like if there's a while where he's like flying a shuttle with no guns on it
Yeah.
because they can't trust him. He's just a really interesting character, and now he's an old man. He's with Admiral Akbar's girlfriend, and he's being a total pussy, and it really fucking annoys me. Akbar would never. Akbar would have never.
Speaking of things Akbar would never, Jason gets very racist at the end of the book because his the captain of Anakin Solo is a Quarren, and when the mission goes bad, his loyal lieutenant Tebbet, he asks, how did these assassins get on the ship? And she says, well, they had the right codes and everything. I let them on. Everyone would have done it. So he breaks her fucking neck. He
keep in mind she's a ride or die, basically.
Yeah, like he goes full Funk Master Flex on her and breaks the neck, and then the Quarren captain was like, well, maybe that wasn't cool. And Jason's like, I hate you fishy fucks. You and the Mount Calamari. Can't trust
you. He's like, I never could read. He's like, I think he said, like, I never could get a read on those fish heads or something.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
But we do get a bigger role for Kyle Katarn in this. Because there's an initial attempt to assassinate Jason. And Kyle ends up being the leader of that strike force with like the fucking junior interns, which seems like you want to like the Jedi in Revenge of the Sith. You had 4 fully qualified Jedi Masters going after Palpatine. He still won, but there's a good reason to think that team could do something. You know, you're resource strapped. But in this, they send fucking Kyle Katarn. Great, good choice. They send Valen Horn,
great start.
Who's
okay,
like
maybe who's old at this point. He's like he's 30, which I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but like he's like a replacement level Jedi Knight. Let's say they send the fucking
replacement level Jedi Knight,
Faline guy and the Bothan guy from the first book. So you know they're not gonna fucking make it because they were just introduced, and they send the girl who let Jason sneak around because like she's their eyes and ears on it. Like I understand having her there in a logistical reason, but this order knows how good Jason is. He's powerful. They only really need to place the tracker on his coat or on his cloak, which betrayed him like everyone else at the end of the book.
Yeah. Luke's like, we knew it would fail. Like, I mean, if you had sent Kyle, Corrin, and Saba, I think you probably would have done it no problem.
Well, here's what I think. The person who's organizing this, because Luke is useless right now, is Kip Duran.
Yeah.
Has Kip ever been a fan of Kyle Katarn? No. Thinks he's a GA stooge with Kent Hamner. Who is Kip's greatest enemy on the Jedi Council, though?
Luke?
No, Corran Horn. Whose child is on this mission with a high chance of dying if it fails? Corran Horn. Kip Duran, still evil. Exar Kun, still in there.
He's been controlling everything. Everything.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's like we just had to distract him so we can get the little patch on his cloak, which apparently he's got one cloak.
Mm-hmm.
But like you could have capped him, I think. Like I think you could have done it. You got pretty close. With like you said, a replacement and a sub-replacement level Jedi.
Yeah.
The Fallen seemed like pretty tough. Like he had a good run, and like Corrin, Kyle, and Kip could have done it. The 3 of them for sure.
Yeah. What was Kip doing? He's done nothing recently. Most of the Jedi aren't doing anything. And in the like later in the book, when they have Ben, Luke, and Saba going towards Jason, Jason's fighting him off with the YVH droids, and he's thinking like, I can take Leia, I can take Ben, easy. I can maybe take Saba, it'd hurt. I can go even with Luke.
And
you just
probably not take Luke.
If you throw Saba into that equation, even Jason thinks he's fucked.
Yeah, Saba gets... It's the same with... He does the same calculus against... he's like, when he gets attacked on Coruscant, he's like, the 3 Jedi, like, nothing. Kyle Katarn, he's gonna bloody me a little. He thinks he can beat Kyle, but So like Kyle and Saba and Jaina.
Jane is
Jason's dead.
busy, but even as Kyle and Saba,
Is she though? Is she really busy?
she's got to
The last
decide
time I
how
checked,
she feels about
she's
Zek, and
beating up Zek like non every day. She's
they've
like,
got to track down Alema
you know
for
that
some
meme where
reason.
it's like, oh fuck, what's it? It's like the guy where it's the woman, the like, it's like the sexy wife. It's like it's time for your or whatever, and he's like, yes, fuck. You know the one? Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. But
Oh
they have to find Alema Rar, and they do, and
yeah.
they win.
I I'm not that concerned about Alema. I mean, to be fair, she can apparently teleport across the galaxy and
She has
well,
the
not
force
teleport, but
projection,
yeah. But it's like she can kill people with it.
allegedly.
What's the original Honey It's Time To? Like that's what it is. That's what the meme. It's called Honey It's Time To, and she's got the big boobs and her arms across them, and the guy just looks shriveled out. That's like Jaina, like Zek. It's time for our lightsaber dueling. He's like, yes, honey. He's just been absolutely sucked dry.
Babe, it's 4 p.m. Time for your dick flattening. That's the original.
That's what it was. The dick flattening. That's like what Zach is going through every fucking day. He's like, you're not. He's like, you're not even learning anymore. She's like, yeah, well,
But we do get Jag kind of setting up that the way you can
I'll be right
take a
back.
force user unaware is by surprising them. And that'll come into play later. Like I did a video being annoyed about how Boba gets framed as like a Jedi killer. And it's not because I think that Jedi are all so uber powerful that only a force user can ever kill a another force user, but my problem was the framing of like Boba as this quintessential force user hunter and Mandalorians in general as that. And even with this setup for Jag being able to take Jaina by surprise, a big part of that is like this Mandalorian equipment he has. Like, can we not do this with the Mandalorians? And I say that even though we have a Karen Travis book coming up very soon. I think Revelation is Karen Travis's. Yes, because Troy Denning does the finale, and it's all gonna be it's all Mando's from here on out. Because Jaina has the realization towards the end of the book that uh, the people who Jason tortured could be the key to this all. But we do have that wrapping up of the Alema hunting plot. The Sith on Korriban come in and like blow up Lumaya's asteroid base and then just like fuck off and get ship because Zach does release ship. So it's fine. It kind of feels weird in the context of the books because it has like so little to do with anything that goes on other than like uh other than the fact that Alema has gone there for help before and that like ship is part of all this. So ship has a new home on Korriban. Uh, but we also find out that these Sith, the Lost Tribe, have been active in galactic affairs. Like they've got this privateer military that they can just call up to do some jobs when they need to, which that's handy. So uh, they're not just stuck on Korriban. But we also find out that like some of them are working as agents and operatives in galactic government. So the one who goes and does the mission on Bimial to blow up the asteroid base, Dacian, she's like kind of a known quantity in the galaxy, which makes her a valid hero for us for the Confederacy in EAWX. So that's the
Hmm.
main takeaway I had from that.
Yeah, that's. I was like that's part where they got the asteroid, the cloaked asteroid. I was like, man, is there a big ship in this? I forgot. No, it's just an
No,
asteroid.
Interceptor 4.
Uh, um, sorry, I had a quick child issue. What did I miss? Anything
I
you
was
want
just
to
explaining
pick up
the
on?
Sith plot, like wrapping up some of the
Oh yeah,
Elmarar stuff. Anything about the Lost Tribe you think is worth mentioning?
not really. We get a bit more of White Eyes, but yeah, it is a bit weird that it's weird that they're just so fucking broke. Like they're poor. Like they're like we knew that in the last book because
They have a privateer military.
they've got to like I wouldn't say that's really what it is.
They have a ship they can call to do stuff sometimes. He says, recall one of our
Yeah.
ships. They have some. There's other ships.
Yeah, but they also like have to wait to do a like to get their hyperspace like transmissions and stuff. Like they're
Yeah.
not getting reliable data. Like Korriban's out there, but like, you know,
Well,
not
Han and Leia call Endor, and Luke talks about how expensive a HoloNet call is. The Sith
yeah, but
aren't
that's
doing
because
that.
they use their face.
Yeah, you pay extra for the FaceTime. Why are
They
we
do.
spending our
Remember in
budget on
Lost
that?
Stars?
Thank you to
Remember in
Captain
Lost Stars?
Spider for joining the Captain tier. Or Cyber Spider joining the Captain tier. I think I said
I always
Captain
remember
Spider.
that from Lost Stars when he saves up to call Sienna.
Yeah.
She's like, "Damn, that's crazy, dog." That's what she says.
Yeah, that I remember that quote verbatim. But we
Yep.
have so the part of the war that we do see is like both sides are kind of bloodied. The balance of power
Yep.
is really not looking too heavily in anyone's favor. And we did cover. I think this was established in Inferno that if you open the stats screen on the left side of the HUD and you scroll down to the Hapes Consortium, they have 20% of the galactic forces, or
Yeah.
20% of either side if they join either side.
Yeah.
Uh, so they're still trying to look for like which allies can we get on board, but within the Confederacy, there's some discontent. The Corellians are trying to unilaterally put Centerpoint uh, back online, and they managed to do it. They lure Jason into a trap, blow up most of the Second Fleet, other than the Anakin Solo, and Turfanier, the Supreme Commander of the Confederacy military, is like, "Hey guys,
That was not
what the
chill.
fuck? We could have done something useful, and you guys fucked it."
And you didn't even kill Jason. You could have wiped out Coruscant, or you could have used it as a weapon against Coruscant. A threat.
Yeah, like it goes offline every time you shoot it because it's not happy about being manipulated. So they have to fix it
Factory
again.
period.
And Jason's like, "Oh, well, they think we're down. So we need to attack Centerpoint and capture it. Then we can threaten to fire it at Corellia or something." Corellia is trying to fix it, thinking we could destroy Coruscant. And the Turfaniers thinking, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" So that's kind of where they're
Yeah,
sitting.
also like I don't know. Are we really talking about destroying Coruscant here? Like things are escalating pretty quickly.
Yeah, when you're trying to hold together a galactic coalition, I feel like that's a bad move. But I don't know that Corellia really cares about that either, other than the fact that Centerpoint blows up every time you try to use it, and a lot of people are aware of that fact. If they blow up
I'll
Coruscant,
admit
like what are they
that
gonna do?
like the Corellian side is one aspect where it's just like proof of kind of the inadequacies in the series where like I actually don't mind the part where Boba and Han go to Corellia and assassinate
Or Gedgen?
Draken and they're in the politics there. Or Gedgen, yeah. Or they put Gedgen in power, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I like that, and I feel like we get a good look into kind of the politics. But by this point, it's like, okay, the Confederacy, like, oh yeah, Turfanier is the supreme commander, I guess. Like, oh, which Corellian prime minister is it now? It doesn't matter because this next one is going to be killed. Like, I just think of like compare that to like the Confederacy from the Clone Wars, where they have, real leaders and like they have an aesthetic, and I mean, part of that is being in the movies and the shows, but like they don't even make an effort in the series. It's like, yeah, they have Star Destroyers just like us. They got all our stuff.
Yeah, like you do have like the Corellian dreadnoughts and the Stridents and stuff early on, but in this, they're kind of portrayed as being whittled down, and part of it is that they have an attack later on, where they in the attack where they're trying to kill Jason, they kind of tell him it's going to be a parlay between him and one of their admirals. So they're all getting their fleets together, and the Corellians want to just blow everyone there up. So they send a bunch of like old Carracks and stuff.
Yeah, like with a skeleton crew, basically. Yeah, and Leia picks up on that. She's like, yeah, there's no one on those ships, by the way.
Yeah,
just FYI.
Jason's not on his A game there, but
no, he's more concerned about Alana.
Yeah, so
because like, oh, that's the time when they're there, but not actually to steal Alana.
Yeah,
it's like, which time are we infiltrating the Anakin Solo? This is time number 6. Okay, so this is the time where we are getting Alana. Okay, great.
Yeah, this is what, the second time in this book.
Yeah,
but the Battle of Centerpoint, they have the one team that we've talked about a fair bit going on to the Anakin Solo to get Alana and to like maybe assassinate Jason. Why not? Then there's the other team led by Kip and the scientist who helped Jason and Ben in the first book to sabotage Centerpoint, go to destroy Centerpoint. And I do like how he manages to do this. Like, I think that's a fun little trick where you can't like override the code. You can't just go in and blow everything up. But he goes into the fucking XML files where it has all the planet coordinates, and he changes all the coordinates to be Centerpoint. So when a guy who's been like his fiance, the guy who's got his finger on the trigger, only supposed to act with authorization of the prime minister, even though there's no like key that the prime minister has to turn. He's just going on the honor system.
Yeah, there's no nuclear football, no gravitic football.
Yeah, his fiance was killed by Jason on Coruscant, and he just wants to blow Coruscant up. So he presses the button, and Centerpoint blows itself up instead. Once again, destroying like every member of the fleet other than Anakin Solo. Because that's two battles in one book where like both sides lost entire fleets. Like, we're talking about the disappearance of like the second or third fleet, like
hundreds of thousands of people,
millions, billions of stars. And so Centerpoint's gone after being such a focal point, a center point of all other stories up to this. We needed
to set up the next book series, didn't we?
Yeah, Abeloth did not like that.
She liked it very much.
Yeah, Abeloth noticed.
Yeah. It's like, so after the first attack where Jason barely survives, he's like, they don't realize they just gave us our keys to victory. And then he just attacks it in like a big battle. Like, there's no crazy.
Let's do the same thing we did at the start of the war.
He doesn't even get that close to capturing Centerpoint. Like, and it's ready to fire again. So like, Jason turned the battle meditation off real quickly there.
Yeah, Jason misses a lot.
Yeah.
Well, anything else in the plots of the book that we should talk more about?
I mean, we got, of all people, Jag is the one who kills Alima.
Yep.
Which he's been training for a long time. We don't see most of it, but he has been training for it.
Restoring his family's honor.
And of course, it ends with Jaina realizing the only person she can train with is Boba Fett, who has also sent his crush gauntlets, which I thought was a very, very kind of him. Yeah. I don't know if he was actually, Han's like, I don't know if he's just like fucking with me. It's kind of like, an expensive prank.
Yeah. He means it.
I don't think. Yeah, I think he's like, yeah, like I want to see him kill his own son, so he sends him Mandalorian like strength gauntlets and armor, and then Han doesn't use it because he's like fucking 90 years old. So he gives it to Jag, and Jag snaps Alima Marar's neck with it.
Yeah. A lot of neck snapping in the second half of this book.
And Alima does for a second come back to the light side, sort of. But I will say, of like every character in Star Wars who like stop. What's the quote from? Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's like, stop trying to make Alima Rar. Like, no one cares. Like, nobody cares about Alima Rar. And part of the problem is you introduced her in one New Jedi Order book, and she was basically like fucked up right away. Like, you didn't take the time to establish her. I don't care. She's been evil, and like her like plot or her character is like evil, slutty dressing character. Like, literally half the words written about Alima Rar is like her nipples pointing out. I don't care.
Oh, that's actually a Force locator ability, Justin. Troy Denning spent a lot of time trying to develop that.
Her life dancer's body showed her Force locators very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
All right. Well, before we do the book rating, Cyber Spider with his membership has a donation question, essentially. What do you think of Qui-Gon Jinn versus Saba? Saba easily wins that. I'm sorry, Qui-Gon,
Saba
that's not
would
your thing.
Tail flick his ass into the fucking giant hole that Darth Maul fell down.
Yeah, like Qui-Gon's fucked. Qui-Gon, his whole thing's like the whole philosophical side. Maybe he has something interesting about that. Doesn't want to free slaves. What's up with that, buddy? But Saba
You get clapped by Darth Maul. Like,
yeah, Saba takes it easy.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you putting it?
This is what have I been giving them all?
All right. To recap our scores, fuck Ilkin's scores. You have given every book so far a B in Legacy of the Force. I gave everything a B except for Tempest, which I gave a C, and Sacrifice, which I gave a D.
So I'm gonna give this another B. To me, they're all the same. B, yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm somewhere between B and C, I think. Which, like, I don't think it's the book's fault. Like, I think, like, Aaron Alston, I always enjoy his writing. I love a lot of the characters, but it does very little.
We get some member-berry starfighter squadrons.
Yeah, the Rake Hell squad.
What?
I think I have
I like
to go
Wedge's
with
daughter
C.
in this, by the way, too. I like Wedge's daughter.
Sayal is fun. What else do I have as a C? You know what? I'm going B. I'm going B. We do another donation question.
It does
from
its
Ryan.
job, bless it.
So does that make her the most accurate to Lucas's vision of a character?
I think George Lucas would have really liked the idea of Big Lizard.
No, Alema.
Oh.
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No bra. Lithe dancer's body. I think George would have really appreciated the writing behind her character for sure.
There you go. All right. Well, that I think is going to do it for Legacy of the Force Fury.
Have you read the title for the upcoming X2 stream starting in 9 minutes ago?
No.
We're getting bricked up and drunk.
No.
So, what do you think about that?
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Next week, what are we doing next week? Comic? I have to finish reading about fascism, so I can't commit to Revelation. What's that? Sorry?
Let's do four. Let's do the first 5 or 4 visions shorts.
Okay, we'll do the first 5 visions of season 2. To be clear.
Yeah, season 2. That's right.
All right.
We're off Disney's list. Oh,
All right.
did we talk about that? How they're putting creator content on Disney Plus now?
No, we have not. Not on the podcast.
Really, they should put Alex on that.
Yeah.
Like his videos are like exactly the kind they should have on there. But like, if you could and they couldn't veto it, put any one of your videos on there. And I think I know the answer. What would you choose?
What do you think my answer would be?
Crossbreeding in Star Wars.
That's what I thought you thought that my answer would be, but it's not what my answer would be.
What's your answer?
I don't want people watching my videos is the problem I have. I don't know. What was a good one? I feel like more people need to learn about federalism through Star Wars. That's mine.
I want it to be, mine would be the 5 scariest things in Star Wars from 8 years ago, where I was recording on my Samsung Galaxy. I just feel like I feel like the people would really appreciate that. They go from high quality.
I know what I want. I want why the rebels didn't allow separatists, but they have to use my thumbnail. The one with
Which one was
Duke Gunray pointing at the camera saying "No cis allowed."
Yeah,
that's how I get featured on a fucking
leave.
Weird Fandom Menace video about how I'm attacking cis people or something, and that's where I really take off.
You could. I mean, I don't think there's enough interest in Star Wars for Fandom Menace videos right now. Which is like, yeah, we might be cooked. Even the anti-Star Wars videos aren't getting views.
Yeah, August was tough. September's been better for me. Not that much better, but 10-20% better.
Yeah, I'm getting there. But I'm waiting for hockey. Like I got hockey starting in 5 days, thank God.
After expenses, I made like under $500 on DataPad in August.
Yeah, it's been guys, support your favorite Star Wars creator on Patreon is a great way. I always say, listen, $1-2 subscription on Patreon. Like I would much rather have 100 people donating $2 than 4 people donating $50. And yeah, I know like Corey, especially, he puts lots of effort in the Patreon. On mine, we do like we've got a book club, and you guys get some fun uncensored videos that Zach does. It's good stuff. So support your favorite creator.
Legitimately, Patreon and channel memberships are the only reason I am able to stay employed.
Yeah, I haven't relied on them too much until now, but oof.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for today. We will be back next week with the Star Wars Visions Season 2, Episode 1 through 5. Are they? I guess they're episodes, yeah. And we are about to be going live on youtube.com/ECKSTOO. Hope to see some of you there. Until next time, remember to keep your lithe dancers' bodies on the lookout.
Don't wear anything loose. Don't do it.
Absolutely not. Not allowed.